The Hereafter 1. In a narration found in Jami at-Tirmidhi, number 2417, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, warned that a person's feet will not move on Judgment Day until they answer 5 questions. The first is about their life and what they did with it. This refers to the time given to a person. A Muslim should understand that death often comes at an unexpected time. A Muslim should not assume they will reach elderly age, as many die before this occurs. In reality, no matter what age one reaches, everyone admits that their life went by in a flash. A Muslim should not believe they will obey Allah, the Exalted, such as attending the mosques for the congregational prayers when they reach elderly age, as this is wishful thinking. Even if one reaches this age, as they were too engrossed in the material world during their life, the change in their environment will have little positive effect on their character and obedience to Allah, the Exalted. A Muslim should instead utilize the time they have been granted, instead of delaying by obeying Allah, the Exalted, which involves fulfilling His commands, refraining from His prohibitions, and by facing destiny with patience according to the traditions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. The one who behaves in this manner will use the blessings they have been granted in ways pleasing to Allah, the Exalted. This will ensure they obtain peace and success in both worlds, irrespective of how long they live. Chapter 16 An-Nahl, verse 97.
Whoever does righteousness, whether male or female, while he is a believer, we will surely cause him to live a good life, and we will surely give them their reward in the hereafter according to the best of what they used to do.
But the one who fails to utilize their time in the correct way will find that they waste it on vain things, which prevents them from obtaining peace and success in both worlds, as they did not use their resources in ways pleasing to Allah, the Exalted. Chapter 20 Taha, verse 124.
And whoever turns away from my remembrance, indeed he will have a depressed, i.e. difficult life, and we will gather, i.e. raise him on the day of resurrection blind.
Failing to use one's time correctly will also be a great regret on Judgment Day, especially when they observe the reward of those who utilize their time correctly. The next question advised in the main narration under discussion will be about their knowledge and what they did with it. It is important for Muslims to strive to acquire useful worldly and religious knowledge, and more importantly, act on it in order to fulfill their needs and the needs of their dependents, according to the teachings of Islam, and in order to obey Allah, the Exalted, and fulfill the rights of people correctly. The one who remains ignorant or fails to act on their knowledge is unlikely to achieve success in either worlds. A person will only reach their desired location when they first find the correct path, and then journey down it. But if a person fails to locate the correct path, meaning obtain knowledge, or fails to journey down it, meaning act on their knowledge, they will not reach their desired destination, meaning success in both worldly and religious matters. Useful knowledge which is acted upon leads to all good, whereas misusing knowledge leads to trouble in both worlds. The third and fourth questions people will be asked on Judgment Day are about their wealth, specifically how they earned it and how they spent it. Firstly, Muslims must ensure that they only obtain lawful wealth and avoid doubtful or unlawful wealth. Unlawful wealth only leads to the rejection of all of one's righteous deeds. This has been indicated in a narration found in Sahih Muslim, number 2342. If one's foundation is based on the unlawful, then everything coming from it will be considered unlawful and therefore rejected by Allah, the Exalted. The same way the internal foundation of Islam is one's intention, the external foundation of Islam is obtaining and utilizing the lawful. A Muslim is free to obtain lawful wealth and spend it on lawful things, such as fulfilling one's necessities and the necessities of their dependents without waste, excessiveness or extravagance. Wealth can become a great blessing for a person in both worlds when it is obtained and spent correctly. But if it is not, it will become a great regret for them in both worlds. It is why the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, warned in a narration found in Sahih Bukhari, number 6444, that the wealthy will have little good on the Day of Judgment, except for those who spent in ways pleasing to Allah, the Exalted. Before spending on vain things, one should reflect on losing out on the great reward which will be granted to those who spent their wealth correctly on Judgment Day. This will ensure they only spend in ways pleasing to Allah, the Exalted, and avoid sinful and vain expenditure. The final question will be about one's body and how they used it. A Muslim must therefore use every organ of their body, such as their sight and hearing, in the correct way, as prescribed by Islam. This is true gratitude, and therefore leads to further blessings. Chapter 14 Ibrahim, verse 7.
And remember when your Lord proclaimed, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor."
One must ensure they avoid evil and vain speech, as the latter will be a great regret on Judgment Day, and as it often leads to evil speech. One should speak what is good or remain silent. In addition, they must use their physical strength in ways which are pleasing to Allah, the Exalted, before they reach a day when they lose it, and are no longer able to perform righteous deeds. It is hoped that the one who uses their strength in the correct way will be supported by Allah, the Exalted, during their time of weakness. In fact, the one who uses their good health correctly will be granted the same reward when they fall sick, even if they do not perform the same good deeds anymore. This has been advised in a narration found in Imam Bukhari's Adab al-Mufrad, number 500. Finally, a Muslim must keep their physical and verbal harm away from the self and possessions of others, as this is a sign of a true Muslim and believer. This is confirmed in a narration found in Sunan and Nasai, number 4998. Over 400 free ebooks, audiobooks, infographics, podcasts and blogs available on our website, www.shaykhpod.com.